Hi and welcome to Dynamic DCUO, Wind here. And today we're going to take Wildvine and we're going to be looking at the Nature DPS pet loadout. Now I'm 302, but as you'll see, I'm not terribly strong. My skill points or stat points are very low, 114. Now my artifacts are just over 80, but they're nowhere near the second tier, so they're not great. My augments are all extremely low. I did not bring up my generator mods, but they're also fairly low. I have a couple of the new mods for each color, but I'm no stretch maxed out. So we're going to run through the Wonderverse solo, the full version, not the event version. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, I'm not going to go through and show you all the ads along the way. I'll kill a few of them before on my way to the first boss, but then after that I'm going to skip to the last boss. So you'll get both boss fights, but I'm not going to show you taking out everybody. Now, I'm going to use just the power here in the beginning. No Godwave, no trinket, nothing. Just to show how well the power actually does work at this level with this loadout. And then as we progress towards the first boss, I'll start adding in the Godwave. And hopefully remember to use the trinket. I'm a little better about that than Balmy, but I do forget sometimes. And of course, once we get to the first boss, I'll be using everything but my backup in my orbital. And then on the last boss, I'll be going, full out using everything. So I think this loadout actually works really well. I'm sure there's much more OP loadouts out there for those who are really into milking everything out of it. But I find this loadout to work great. I have taken it through some 8 players when I was in BOP right there at the end. And I did very well in the 8 players. For people that were the same level as me, I actually was out damaging them. So I consider that to be a good thing. But again, this is not the most OP loadout out there. I'm quite certain of that. Balmy and I do not go for, OP status. We like to have fun, run a lot of different characters and power sets. That's just, we don't have the hands to play for hours a day, and we also a lot of times don't have the time. I mean, we're both older adults, so we just don't have the time and the ability of some of the younger players. So we don't do a lot of the 8-player and 4-player stuff, but we do usually run it at least once or twice for every zone. It's not like we don't do them at all, but it's just not our main focus. We're much more about, having fun, great styles. I love the way Wildvine looks right now in her outfit. It's one of those things that this game has head and shoulders above most other games is base design and character design. Because gameplay, let's face it, just like watching me here, you're killing using your powers. I mean, some of them have cooler looks than others, but gameplay is gameplay across the board. You go in, you use powers. I don't care what game you're playing. It's only so unique. It's the visuals that are really great. Now we're going to fight Grail here. And of course I'm going to go hog wild with everything I have. And of course the key to Nature is getting the poison out there and then using the roar to get the poison the extra damage from the poison. I'm not really using a lot of poison refresh. That's mainly because of the Godwave. I just really don't have space for it. But I have found this to still be quite effective. All 3 of my main powers have a decent range. And Roar's range is pretty good as well. And that's something that makes this power set great because I can fight up close, I can fight at range without having to change up the loadout at all. Now, if you're not running Godwave, of course you can throw Harvest or a Supercharge, whatever you like in there, Swarm Shield. But because I'm choosing to run the Godwave, it limits me down to just the 4 power slots. But so far I really haven't found that to be an issue. Some runs I have to use my baubles, or you'll see the crystal lying around, or the health barrel in some other runs, and I'll use them depending on how the run's going. I don't always need them with this character. I mean, she's run this solo 2 or 3 times now, and this is actually, not a rough one, but it's not her best run either. I wasn't worried about showing you the best run, just kind of an average run. But I will usually use my baubles and Soda Cola just to make sure that I don't get hit with something big right at the end, because if you notice, she's almost dead, but I have found the bigger bosses can come out of nowhere with something nasty right at the end, so I wasn't taking any chances for this one. So using the Serpent Call, the Briar, the Voracious Plants, and then the Roar really works out well for me, because like I said, I love having the range or up close ability. But anyhow, that's the loadout. As you can see, I did alright, 519. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do like this kind of content, please click like and subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay notified of future videos. Please leave us some comments and suggestions. We'd love to hear from you. As always, we thank you for watching, and until next time, happy gaming.